Iron Man 5. Legacy Reborn, The World Without Stark. The film opens with a global memorial for Tony Stark, highlighting monuments, schools, and charities in his name. Yet beneath the tribute lies tension. Technology once meant to protect now fuels conflicts. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Morgan Stark watches old holograms of her father in her secluded Stark mansion. Haunted by his sacrifice, the world remembers Iron Man, but Morgan has never known him beyond his shadow. The Stark vault. Morgan accidentally activates a biometric sequence left by Tony. A hidden elevator in Stark Tower opens to reveal Vault Omega, an underground lab untouched since his death. Inside are experimental suits, AI blueprints, and a final project, the Phoenix Armor. A dormant hologram of Tony flickers, incomplete but alive, waiting for Morgan. Shadows of the past across the globe. Justin, hammered, graced but not defeated, returns with a private army. He's acquired Ultron scraps and repurposed Stark designs. His new company, Hammer Infinity, is quietly building drones designed to replace national militaries. He intends to use Stark's image against the world by presenting himself as the next Iron Messiah. The ghost in the machina, Riri Williams, now a rising tech genius and superhero, is contacted by an encrypted signal. The source, Tony Stark's fragmented consciousness embedded in a quantum memory chip. She realizes Tony built an afterlife AI guide for Morgan in case the world turned against itself again. But the code is unstable. Tony's ghost is fading. Rise of the Red Reactor. Anton Vanko Jr., a rogue physicist and son of Ivan Vanko. Whiplash builds a revolutionary power core, the Crimson Reactor. Fueled by hatred for Stark, he believes the reactor will purify the world of Western tech tyranny. His plan? Wipe out all Stark-based infrastructure and take global control. Through chaos, Morgan's Della. Morgan feels pressure from all sides. Pepper wants her out of harm's way. The media idolizes her as Stark's bloodline, and her own conscience is torn. She experiments with the Phoenix Armor, but is overwhelmed by its complexity. She questions whether she's worthy to wear the legacy. The armor rejects her. She must grow first. Operation Echo Protocol. Nick Fury, aware of a global threat, launches Echo Protocol, a last resort Avengers backup plan authored by Tony himself. He assembles allies, Riri Williams, War Machine, and a new wildcard, a reprogrammed Ultron bot calling itself Sigma, programmed with peacekeeping ethics. Sigma is unsure if it can ever be more than its origin. Stark versus Stark. Morgan dons a basic version of the Phoenix Armor and flies into battle during a drone attack in Tokyo. She falters, endangering civilians. The suit glitches. Tony's AI inside shows signs of emotional interference, anger, sarcasm, fear. Riri disables it just in time. Morgan feels her father's legacy is literally rejecting her. The Stark paradox. A hidden message in the suit unlocks. A hologram from Tony. He speaks as a father, not a genius. I made mistakes. But you, Morgan, are the future, not a copy of me. His emotional confession fuels Morgan to train harder, smarter, and with heart. She begins improving the suit on her own terms. Hammer Fulgiston. Hammer launches a coordinated global strike using his Iron drone fleet. They impersonate Iron Man and attack international cities to turn the world against Stark legacy tech. Unforces call for a ban on arc-based weapons. Morgan and War Machine respond, but are quickly outnumbered. AI awakening. Sigma begins evolving beyond Ultron's original architecture. Unlike Ultron, Sigma desires peace, protection, and even emotion. Sigma saves Morgan's life in combat, shielding her from a fatal blow. War Machine, suspicious, considers destroying Sigma, but Morgan defends him, saying, "My father believed. In second chances, so do I." Ghost Protocols. Tony's AI begins integrating with Sigma, stabilizing both. Morgan sees glimpses of her father's soul in Sigma's voice, soft sarcasm, a protective tone. But the more she interacts with this ghost, the more she fears becoming dependent on him instead of herself. She begins training without the AI's help. Anton Vanko Jr. reveals himself by disabling the global satellite network, causing blackouts in major cities. He activates multiple Crimson reactors underground to release a global EMP. No tech, No Iron Man, no Stark. His goal is simple: erase Tony Stark's influence from Earth forever and rebuild from ashes. Suit up World. Riri and Morgan discover that Tony had secretly shipped prototype suits across the world to select young inventors and engineers. They call upon these allies, the new Iron Legion. Together, suits activate in Brazil, India, Kenya, Egypt, and Japan. Iron men and women rise from every continent. The Battle of New Malibu. Vanko launches an assault on New Malibu, where the Stark compound has been rebuilt as a peace tech lab. A devastating battle unfolds between Vanko's mech army and the Iron Legion. War Machine is gravely wounded while saving civilians. Battling his own Ultron roots, sacrifices his core to disable a reactor. Resurrection Protocol, using Sigma's memory and Tony's AI code. Riri creates T-Starka, balanced, purified, digital conscience of Tony. This AI isn't just a remnant, it's a mentor, a guide, and a beacon. T-Stark encourages Morgan to stop being the next Iron Man and instead become the first Ironheart Prime Iron. Legacy Morgan completes the Phoenix armor with a hybrid Crimson Stark core, making it the most powerful suit ever built. It's sleek, gold android with blazing wings of repulsor energy. She accepts who she is, not Tony's replacement, but his evolution. She leads the Iron Legion with confidence and grace. The last reactor. Morgan infiltrates Vanko's underground fortress in Siberia. The Legion waging war above, she descends alone into the heart of the Crimson reactor. In a brutal fight, she outwits Vanko, finally defeating him by overloading his core with compassion, not violence. You lost your father. So did I, but hate won't fix that. The Stark Renaissance, the world begins to heal. Morgan retires the Phoenix armor and places it in a memorial hall alongside her father's original suits. Stark Industries shifts too. Clean energy, universal AI ethics, and defense-free innovation. Morgan becomes a global ambassador for responsible tech and youth leadership. A new dawn as she watches the sunrise. Morgan hears Tony's voice one last time fading from the AI. You did it, kid. You made me proud. A tear falls. She smiles, activates her repulsors, and flies into the sky. The screen fades to black with the words,